Not only is the stock market red hot these days, so is the art market. Collectors from across the globe have been bidding up prices, but there are signs that that may be changing, leaving some to wonder whether the high-end art market may be poised for a fall. Robert Frank reports.
Prices for the top works of art at this week's auction in New York are getting downright surreal. The question now is whether those prices can continue.
And started here at $24 million to $25 million.
The top seller at last night's Sotheby's sale was Barnett Newman. His piece, called 1 Minute 6, sold for $43.8 million. The painting is a blue canvas with a simple white line down the middle. That was nearly twice the former record price for a Barnett Newman. The runner-up was Gerhard Richter's painting of Milan's Cathedral Square. That sold for $37 million. Now, there were some big losers at the Sotheby's sale. A Francis Bacon piece that was expected to sell for $20 to $30 million failed to sell. Now, these uneven results have some wondering whether the art market has become a latest asset bubble that's ready to pop. Mike Novogratz of Fortress Investment Group likened art to gold and said speculation in the art market cannot go on for much longer.
Art is 100% a bubble. I mean, it has all the markings of a bubble. I mean, the Newman painting doubled in price. You know, prices have gone parabolic.
So where is the money for all this art coming from? Well, much of it is coming from the wealthy who have seen their portfolios soar with the stock market. It's also coming from the newly rich overseas. Wealthy collectors from Russia and China pouring money into art as a safe and portable store of wealth.
You also have the illegal money, or the dirty money, the money laundering that's coming out of, you know, vast parts of the world where people don't want, you know, want an easy place to store their money. And that's what really is giving this kind of turbocharge to the art market.
Sotheby's said in a statement this morning that the sale is proof of strong global demand. It said collectors bid from 35 countries, and 1 in 5 of those bidders were new to Sotheby's or the category. For Nightly Business Report, I'm Robert Frank.
Well, tonight brings another high-profile art sale. 2 famous paintings by Jackson Pollock and Jean-Michel Basquiat are up for auction at Christie's, and each is expected to sell for as much as $35 million. And joining us now to discuss that and more is Christie's CEO, Stephen Murphy. Mr. Murphy, welcome. A very exciting night ahead for you this evening.
Thank you. We're quite excited.
I bet you are. Before we get to the works that are on offer tonight, I want to get your reaction to what we just heard in the piece by Robert Frank. Turbocharged, all the markings of a bubble. That's what one of the sources said.
Right.
Do you agree with that? And if not, why not?
Well, with all respect to the gentleman who's speaking, he's way off the mark. You know, there's a proclivity to certain people to try to draw a trend out of one evening sale or one lot being not sold. You know, the art market, if you will, has really been on the same curve of growth since before the recession. And during the recession, there was a pause. After 2008, it paused. It picked up again in 2010. It's been growing ever since. And the main reason it's growing is that there's a worldwide demand for art. A bubble is when the demand and the supply is out of whack with each other, and it's been inflated. It's quite the other case with us. There's a scarcity of masterpieces, and there's a huge demand for masterpieces and lesser art as well. We did over $6 billion of art sales last year. And while we had a $400 million sale in November for post-war contemporary art, which gets a lot of the attention, there's a lot of other art being sold.
Let me ask you this, Mr. Murphy. We know that the stock market has been hitting new highs.
Right.
Does the art market work in tandem with that? What's the connection between stocks and art?
It's not very close at all. In fact, that's part of what I would say to the gentleman on your tape, that in fact, when the stock market is a bit down and the art market rises, people might say that investors are running to the asset of art instead of equities. Well, now that the stock market's up, people are still buying more. So what's really happening is the interest in art and the demand for art has gone global. It's buyers from Russia, China, the Emirates, the other parts of the Far East, and U.S. and Europe growing. Over 25% of our buyers last year were brand new to Christie's, and we've been selling art since 1766. So I think the idea also comes through in this. At the Metropolitan Museum of Art in November, there was an Andy Warhol exhibit. 500,000 people went through a fairly short period of time visiting that art. So there's such a huge surge of interest in art around the world. That's what's
Right.
driving this demand.
There is so much I want to ask you, and I know Susie feels the same way, but I don't want to let you leave us without having the viewers see the pieces that are on offer this evening.
Yes, there's still time to bid.
Let's start with the Pollock
Susie, I
and
have
why
a
it is
paddle for you.
why it is a signal piece and what you expect to get for it.
Well, you know, this is a perfect example. The estimate's between 25 and 35 million. Jackson Pollock is an established and certified master. It's very rare to have a piece like this available. It is a masterpiece among his masterpieces. And as you know, in the art world, it takes an auctioneer and two people to have the bidding go up. And it's all transparent. It's right out there in the open. So I believe that since we have a great deal of interest, this should do quite well.
We have to leave it there, alas. Good luck with the sales this evening, Stephen Murphy of Christie's.